issue is. Yo, I don't know what the hell happened. It's like my camera went off. But hey, Renee. Well, that's cool because I'm getting new people in here. But I don't know what happened, y'all. The camera cut off. But yeah, by the fourth night, like I had got flooded with emotions, and like I said, I felt like I needed to take the kids to my mom's house because I was getting weaker, and I didn't want them to be in here without a mother, basically, like without me being able to give them stuff or go shopping for their needs or just watching them, period, or cleaning up. I just didn't want them to see me going through that anymore. So I decided to send them to my mother's house with no like real timeline as to when I would see them again, which was hard for me. I was like really upset about it. And I was trying to get my grandmother to take them, but I couldn't get in contact with her. So I ended up taking them, and I was like really weak, y'all, like really, really weak. And the fifth day, y'all, I realized that I was flooded with so much emotion, so much freaking emotion, like more than I could ever feel. And I realized that I didn't grieve my brother. I realized that like none of what I felt when he had passed away was real. So I basically like grieved him. Like it was, oh my god, it was so bad, y'all. It was so freaking bad. And usually when I'm going through something, I run to my mom. I didn't run to my mom, y'all. I wanted my dad. Like that was so weird. I wanted my dad. And on the fifth day, I got in my car. It was early. It was like, because you don't sleep. So I'm up at like 9 sometimes. Like I'm getting like 4 hours at a time. So I got up really early and I got in my car and I drove to my dad's house. And I was crying the whole way there. I was just like, oh my god, y'all, I was going through it, like emotionally. Like first of all, yes, you're feeling emotion now, so of course you're like that, on top of the withdrawal, on top of depression, on top of anxiety. Like it sucks, but for me it was more exhilarating to feel that because I hadn't felt my real emotion in a long time. So although it was sad, it was very exhilarating. Like it was eye-opening. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed feeling like that. Like I listened to what sad music. I cried. Like I enjoyed feeling everything I was feeling. And amongst my brother, it was other things that I like. I want to say grieved. Like So yeah, when I get to my dad's house, he's not there. So I'm like, oh my god, like I need my dad. Like I just wanted to hug my dad. Like, and I don't know why. But I end up coming back home. I was super depressed. I was crying. Everybody who called, I couldn't like talk to them without crying. My brother Ivan, you guys, y'all don't see him like ever, but he calls every single day. My mom calls every single day. But the people that have been like very supportive, like y'all don't know what y'all have done, like as far as relationships with me and you, like personally. Like y'all don't know what y'all have done, how much I owe y'all, how much I will forever be grateful for you guys being consistent. Even the supporters, Renee and Antoinette and all of everybody I listed in the last live. I just love y'all so much. But anyway, another thing, like before, I could not remember what I had to say. Like it would be no, like it's not happening. And I would stutter a lot because I would try to like formulate what I was trying to say. I love you more. Like I love y'all way more. And it wouldn't like come out, or I wouldn't remember what to say. So that has lifted a little bit. I don't feel so like foggy up here. Only when I'm going through like depression, which is more so when I'm in the bed. But I'm getting off topic. Anyway, so I come home. I'm like so sad, so distraught. Not only that, I'm having withdrawal symptoms. So I'm having every symptom that I listed in the beginning. I don't want to get too much into it. But I had all of those symptoms plus depression, anxiety, and now I was grieving. Like, felt like I was grieving everything, everybody. Like, and I opened myself to feeling that because it felt good to feel it. Like, and then my dad calls and he's like, I'm going to your sister's house, Samara, my little sister, and I want you to meet me over there. And I'm on the phone with them, and him and his girlfriend are crying. And they like, we love you, we love you. And I'm like, I'm crying. Like, I call my sister, she like choking up. Like, so when they get there, they call me and I come. And I just like, seeing my dad was just like, oh my God, it was, I don't know why, y'all, it's so weird. And you guys won't understand, of course, because you guys don't know the relationship I have with my dad, but my family will know. Like, that's out of ordinary for me. I usually go to my mom or my grandmother, but I never really want my dad, and I wanted him for some reason. And it's weird because a lot of my anxiety and depressions have spiraled from my childhood, which was a part of me and my family and my dad and my brother and all that stuff, which I feel like was the most struggle for me on my dad's side, because my mom's side, it wasn't that crazy, you know what I mean? So we ended up chilling. They were, we were celebrating my dad for Father's Day. And they were very comforting. We laughed, and I finally fell asleep on my sister's couch. And that was on the 5th. And I didn't leave, y'all. My sister took care of me. Do you understand me? Like, she fed me, like, cooked. Like, not just, she cooks. Like, get up, eat, like, drink. Let's go outside. Let's get in the sun. One day we went to the pool at her place where she lives at. They had, like, a private pool. We went to the pool. We went to the mall, we went shopping, we got massages. So this is all in like days 5 through 7, but mind you, it's okay during the day. It's at night when I was like going through it, and it's still up to this day. That's what it is. I get anxiety when it's time to go to bed because I know for one that I'm not gonna be able to go to sleep on my own. Sorry, y'all, that's my phone going off, and I just do not have the energy to go back there and get it. I'm about to call one of the kids. Naya! That's another thing. Like, I've been trying to, like, I'm gonna get to there. But anyway, we were like self-care basically. Come get this my phone. The ringer keep and come say hi to the live. First of all, can we clap? Cause sis about to be 15. Yes, ma'am. Hey, do booty.
You back to the phone keep ringing?
Yes, it's like ding, 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 ding. All right. So yeah. So by day, first of all, how did it feel to be away from me that long? It was a long time. I feel like I've never been away from y'all all that long.
It was sad.
And I had, but y'all were younger.
And no, the Poconos.
The Poconos. Oh, I have. But I was having fun. I was miserable. So that make a difference. Like, I miss my damn kids. Like, and then like Naya would text me and she'd be like, "Mom, I miss you." And I'm like, "Oh, shut up. Crying. Don't do that." Like, "Oh, you cry. You cry for me." Like, but they were checking on me. They were super dope. Like, they were calling me and stuff. And only reason I got them here because I want them to tell, like, when they first saw me, how they felt like I looked versus when I was like, damn.
Just jumped around.
But anyway, during this, she said, "Happy early birthday." Hey,
Thank
sweetie.
you.
Happy birthday. Oh, Michaela's birthday was June 17th, you guys. I wasn't vlogging or doing anything on her birthday, so.
Get that bad cat out of here.
That's the boy. He will slap you, though. He slapped Naya, like. But anyway.
Mom, you remember the time we first got Onyx and she was like, "Oh,
yeah." I'm telling you, she was a demon from birth. But anyway. So during these 3 days, my sister really took over. Her and her girlfriend. I don't want to exclude her. So my sisters, Samara and Fufi, they like helped me through this whole ordeal. Samara helped me physically, like with keeping me busy and feeding me and just keeping me comfortable. Fufi helped with making me laugh. Like every time me and Fufi around each other, we just laugh. Like that's really the sis. Okay, so and she entertained me with like for the first time, you guys, I was able to sit in and watch a full documentary. And I watched Meek Mill's documentary. If y'all ain't seen that, go on Netflix and watch Meek Mill's documentary. That was another awakening. I was just emotional. I was just like a freaking awakening flower at that point. A flower. But anyway, so day a lot of days went past. My mom, she did great. Shout out to you, Mom. She didn't call. She didn't get on my nerves like she usually do. She didn't text when you come to get the kids. She kind of like read it out. And I gave her my card and I was like, let them do whatever they want to do. Like, I stopped doing everything. Like, I stopped doing the work, my office work, the stuff I told y'all about. I cut everything out. Like, even now, I'm still not doing anything, okay? Because my sobriety is more important than anything. But then day 10 came, right? And day 9. And Naya texted me and was like, I miss you. Like, all these yous. And I'm like, I'm feeling crappy, but I'm not as bad. Like, I'm not down. And they'll tell you, like, in the morning, it's hard for me to get out of bed. It's very hard.
Like it wasn't like how you would see like
on the movie.
To the point where she
right. Like I wasn't in here. I ordered pizza this morning. I'm like, I can't even think of feeding y'all. Like, so I ordered pizza for the kids, but it wasn't morning. It was like 12.
Right.
But the pizza lasts them all day. You know what I'm saying? Because I ordered enough of it to last throughout the day, and I also went food shopping.
Boxes.
And what I try to do also, I try to make 3 goals throughout the day. Like a shower is big for me. Like because usually I take a bath because I be super weak, but if I take a shower, like I'm all day, okay? Eating is super big, and one big goal, which means like today my big goal was to take them to the park, but it's super weird outside and my hair is done and I don't want to get my hair wet. But so as I was saying, Naya texted me on day 9 and was like, I miss you. So I'm like, let me go get my damn kids. Like, so I show up. How did y'all feel when y'all see me?
I wanted to jump on her.
Michaela would not let me go.
I remember.
Naya was like grabbing at me. Like, I tried to go there. It's not a phone call. It's
Why don't you just
alarm.
listen?
I just did. The first time I thought I did, but I didn't. But anyway, I picked them up and they were I've never seen my kids so happy in my life. Like, and I was happy and my head was clear. So I was able to like process everything slowly, like talk to them. Like it was different. Like y'all don't feel like it was different. Like me talking to them was like different. Like I had time, like versus like I can't like all jittery and stupid shit. But now we are here at day 11. And only thing I'm really going through is being anxious. Like I'm super freaking anxious, and it only happens when I'm in the bed and I'm trying to rest, like or just trying to sit there. My body is like saying that we need to panic, and I don't know why we need to panic, but the anxiousness is like an electrical shock in your body. That's the only way I can explain it. And it's so like there all the time that your body is just like, sometimes I'm like this, like because I can't process like all the energy that I feel. And at night it's the worst. It's bad. Okay. I tossed about 20 times. I did yoga. I did exercises. Don't play with me. I did yoga. I did exercises. No, we cannot, because I did yoga.
She did half of the workout.
When they got on their knees, I was done. Like I'm like, sis,
oh, no,
I can't get on my knees.
Can I tell her the part when you was about to do it? Please.
Go ahead.
So I was in there. We was just laughing and stuff, and then she was like, "I want to do yoga," and then she kept saying it. So she finally got up. She finally got up and she put it on the towel, right? And she was about to get down. She was like, "Oh, I want to do myself."
She's stupid. But I want to tell y'all the attributes that I have, like a little bit of now. And it's, when I say a little bit, it's a lot to me because a little bit feels like a lot. Like when you haven't had it for so long. So one would probably be my calmness. Like, the kids can come in the room 7 times and it takes the 7th time for me to be like, get the hell out. Like, and they come in my room 20 to 30 times in an hour. I swear to God. Like, so that's good for me. What is that? That's a tolerance? Tolerance. This shit back here. So you guys know before I went, cold turkey, I was working on something. But before this, I had picked up several different hobbies, which caused my house to be like cramped with bullshit. Okay. Now I do want to still continue the business, but I don't gotta have this much shit. So, when I get the energy, I'm definitely sorting through stuff and getting rid of stuff and uncrowding my house. Also, y'all, the house. Y'all ready to tell them about the housing?
Wait, do I know about the housing?
Yeah, the text message. What I said. The housing people and what was it? South Carolina or North Carolina?
North.
You sure? The housing people contacted, and I think the text message says something like my application is processed. They were trying to get the references, which is the last step of them actually calling you for an interview. So I have to get this shit like packed up and done with. I think it was South Carolina. I feel like it was South Carolina.
I feel like it's north.
How much you want to bet?
North. South. No, I'm about to see. North. It's north. I'm telling you.
No, it's not. It's South. You said North. Told you.
How?
It's South Carolina, like I said.
I'm not giving you nothing.
I want you to clean the whole downstairs. Twice. But yeah, y'all. What I was saying was the stuff that has Did you finish cleaning that room?
He didn't even say nothing.
Go ahead. Oh, they got iPhones, y'all. They dad bought them iPhones. And they just think they the hottest thing in town.
No, I'm about to go take a shower.
They be in a car, right? So they be like, "That's how iPhones are." I be like, "Ew." when your charger, when your thing came, he's like, "That's the only thing I hate about iPhones." Like,
No, I said.
Lord,
I forgot what I said. I said, "Oh my." When your phone about to die, it start acting stupid.
You team iPhone. Team iPhone. Look at this big cat, y'all.
I'm still Team Android too. Right. I still got one.
Desarono. And he's still a kitten, y'all.
German Shepherd.
He huge. And people be, when he come outside, like, cause he don't leave the step, he'll like sit on the step with me. People be trying to take my cat. Like, look how massive he is. Big baby. Big baby. Big baby.
Put your nails away. He clawed my back.
All right, let's read these comments. Happy belated birthday. Happy birthday, sweeties. Awesome. You will love South Carolina. I actually used to visit South Carolina. My grandma lived down there in Columbia. And as a child, I lived in Virginia. So I was raised in Norfolk, Virginia. And in the summertime, I would either go to Philly to see my dad or I would go to South Carolina to see my grandma. And she lived in Columbia. So I love Columbia. LOL. But yeah, y'all. Oh, I was saying, they keep, get out, please.
I'm about to go take a shower.
Bye.
Bye.
Close the door. I have a headache.
Come on, you too. Go. Come on. Come on.
Oreo down here on the floor. Y'all can't see him. But as I was saying about my mental, was I saying something about my mental? What was I talking about? Oh, the little things that's coming back to me. Like, my thought process is slower. Y'all, this gonna make y'all laugh. Swear to God. Like, I forgot how much of a thug ass bitch I was. Like, I was so scary on Suboxone. Like, so freaking scary. Like, I'm like, yo, like, I never was like crazy scary like that. Like, I always was like laid back, chill. Like, that's coming back. Like, the whole like chill out. Like, it ain't. That's coming back. The what other stuff that I can say is coming back? I'm eating so good, you guys. I'm eating so good. I don't take in no caffeine. I don't drink Coca-Colas anymore. I don't take anything with like Tylenol in it because that tends to make me very anxious. Like I said, I don't smoke as much. Y'all know I would have been like smoking while I'm on this live. I don't smoke as much. I don't have the urge to. Only time I want to smoke is when I feel nervous, and it's only like 2 puffs and I put it out and then it makes me sick. So I don't know. I don't have I didn't have any cravings at all. Hey, Shorty Low. I didn't have any cravings. Hey, Jenna. At all. Like, at the least. I did not, when I say cravings, like feelings of wanting to touch the Suboxone. Actually, the thought of it makes my mouth water and I want to spit up. Okay. So, you know, of course, another thing I realized. So in the beginning, you guys, I was telling y'all that at the 7th day, I would be better. And honestly, at the 7th day, I started to get worse. Like from day 5 to 7, I mean, 5 to 8, it was bad. Or maybe 9 was my worst days and nights. Kimmy, you look great. Thank you, Quita. I feel, oh my God, y'all. I know I keep like bouncing everywhere, but I want to like tell y'all everything. Like, I feel great. Like, but yeah, those days were the worst. And I don't remember what I was saying, but those days were the worst. and I couldn't, like, it'll come back to me. But yeah, it's just a lot of stuff that came back. Oh, I said the stuff I was cutting out, like caffeine and stuff like that. If you are going through withdrawal, get rid of those things. Those things make it worse. Also know that nothing is a band-aid, okay? And I'm going to tell you this, and I'm keeping it all the way being withdrawal. I tried everything. Do you hear me? Like, to get away from the withdrawal. I tried a shot of liquor. I tried CBD. I bought Kratom, but when I did my research on Kratom, and I think it scared me because it was a pill. When I did my research on Kratom, I'm like, no, that's too similar to opioids, so I didn't take those. But I tried CBD, I tried alcohol. I took a couple shots one day, and it just, nothing is a band-aid. You gotta go through it. Like, it's no band-aid to withdrawal. It's either you getting through it, or you gonna be addicted to something else, or whatever the case may be. My everything that I tried was a plan, and if it didn't work, I just, like, it don't work for me. But I never had intentions to get addicted to something else. So, but I'm only saying that to say the nervous feeling, the anxious feeling, trying to run from it and take other things like liquor. Well, I only did liquor, CBD. I tried that. Marijuana. That didn't work. Like, it actually made me, like, really anxious. Just nothing freaking works. I tried and stay away from freaking like anything PM or anything like that. That should give you the jitters. I'm from Philly. Well, I live in Philly. Thank you. That should give you the jitters. But yeah, I'm here on day 11. And we got some plans for the weekend for Naya's birthday, so I have to, like, push through. Also, just don't. My biggest mistake was thinking that I could just lay this out. Like, I could just lay there and just let it happen. And that you have to get up. You have to get sun. You have to get water. That's why I'm so, like, I feel like I got darker, because I just been in the sun, soaking up the sun, like anything I could get. And it feels so good to be outside. So you have to, like, make those normal and, like, things in your brain that would make you happy, like the drug do. You have to, like, make those things. So I would walk. I would read. Y'all, I could read. Like, I could sit down and read. I read a book. My sister gave me a book, and I read it and finished it. That's something that I couldn't do on Suboxone. I couldn't concentrate enough to read a book. I told y'all in the other live that I cried one day. I'm trying to cover everything that I ever wanted to tell y'all, that I had planned on telling y'all, but everything was a struggle. Like, getting out of bed was a struggle. Getting my nails done was a struggle. That was the craziest, because you got to keep still. And I was so anxious, and the lady, they got to take their time so your nails can come out perfect. And it just was like anxiety. And I had to stay still. And when she was done, I felt so, like, I jumped out the chair and just, like, walked out the place because I couldn't take it. So right now, that's the only thing that's been bothering me. Like, the no sleep. If I can get rid of the anxious feeling, I'll be fine with not sleeping. Like, I watch TV all damn night. But the anxious feeling is the only thing that still lingers, and that's the only thing that I'm having a hard time with. I have no other withdrawal symptoms. I don't have, like, I heard a lot of people say they have, like, foggy thoughts and stuff like that. I don't have none of that. My thoughts are, like, pretty clear. Once again, I'm so proud of you. Thank you, Gloria. But so yeah, we're at day 11, and we're just gonna keep on going. Another thing that I didn't know that I recently found out was so Suboxone has a halftime life of 20 days, depending on how much your last dose was. So this is where I say I'm strong as fuck. Do you hear me? Every video that I've watched on YouTube has been a person either tapering. They either tapered from their drugs and they can't get past 1 milligram, I think it was, or 1/8 of a milligram. It was something small. They're trying to jump from 1/8 milligram. That's why I didn't taper, y'all, because it takes a long time and you still go through the same withdrawal symptoms. Most of them were tapering, or they were not finishing it, relapsing, or they were using other stuff like clonidine and Xanax and stuff that I just didn't want to touch to get over the withdrawal symptoms. I use more of the natural stuff, the weed, the CBD, liquor, which, like I said, it don't fucking work. It don't work. Don't even do it. Like, unless you want to drink yourself into a stupor, and that's stupid. Because then you're not considered sober. I just took a shot to get rid of the nerves, and it don't work. It don't work. And a lot of people had to taper. I didn't see nobody who jumped from where I was. So to give y'all an idea of how strong I am, I was prescribed 2 8-milligram tads twice a day, which is 16 milligrams I was taking twice a day. I'm for sure that in that first week, I probably was taking 16 milligrams because I was losing it, okay? Losing it. So I probably was taking 16 milligrams. So I'm going to say that I jumped from 16 milligrams to cold turkey, okay? Maybe a little less, give or take. But still, nonetheless, I jumped from a very high milligram. So I wanted to find out somebody like me, like who just jumped, because I'm like, yo, this is lasting forever. So I went on TikTok and I seen this guy who jumped from 16 milligrams like me, who was on it for the same amount of time as me. And that was the only person I actually seen that could like just leave it alone cold turkey. And to be honest, my withdrawal was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, it was bad. It still is bad. Like, it's more annoying but right now, but it was bad. But it still wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, and I feel like that's due to the angels around me, my brother, my grandma, like, who watch over me, honestly. But yeah. So yeah, we at the 11th day. We're gonna keep going. I feel like my family is planning something for me. I ain't gonna say too much because I don't want to ruin nothing. But be on the lookout for that. And once I get better, you guys, I will be better for everybody. I'll be better for my channel. I'll be better for my household, my kids, you know, better for me. I had to do this for me. And I had to do this alone. Like, even though my sister like assisted, for the most part, I was alone doing this, and I needed to be. I didn't fault anybody for not being around me at the time because I didn't want anybody around me. I even told my mom one time, I was in the bathroom in the tub. This was the day I wanted to take the kids to her house, and I never done this, never. And because you know, your mom can strike something in you that nobody else can, like strike a nerve that nobody else can hit. So I'm in the bathtub, and Naya's on the phone with her. And she's asking all these questions and kind of like insinuating that she didn't want to take all of them at one time, which I get it. You know, my mom's getting older and she has like surgery on her knee and stuff like that. And she wanted me to call my grandma, who I haven't really spoken to in a couple, like maybe a month, which I need to. And I got super irritated and I started snapping on her. And I was like, Mom, I stopped myself. I was like, Mom, I was like, I love you so much. Like, I love you so much. Like, she will tell you this. I said, I love you so much. I was like, I don't want to snap on you. And I said, I'm very agitated. I'm very mad right now. And I just don't want to snap on you. I was like, I love you. I just kept telling her I love her. Like, I was like, I love you. I love you. I love you. Like, because I was like anger, like frustration, all of that shit. I felt it. Like, and she was like for the first time in my adult life, she was like, okay, like, and she left it alone. Like, but I was like, I was happy, like, not happy, but I was like proud of myself for acting that way, because usually I'll just snap the fuck out. Like, no, I didn't do that this time. Me too. I thought this. She said, I'm so glad you are sharing your story. Me too. Hey, Miss Kimmy, you okay? Yes, I'm okay, Fave. How are you guys? Like, how y'all doing? How y'all feel about this? How y'all feel about me being on my 11th day? Did y'all think I would get there? Like, did you have a little bit, like, cold turkey, sis? Like, that don't happen. Like, did you have a little bit, like, just a little bit? I think only time you would, like, second guess it is if you knew what Suboxone was. You knew what Suboxone was. Your story can inspire others. That's my point. Y'all, when I, listen. You don't even want me to go into what I really want to talk about, like how the black families are being destroyed by shit like this. Like, I really want to, like, when I get over all of this crap, like, I know my calling. And I'm definitely putting my all into, I'm just going to say, waking people up. I knew you could do it. I know that's right, Shan. Who else thought I could do it? I knew you could do it. You are a very strong person. I know how hard it is. Yes, it's hard. That's so true. It was hard. It still is hard. I'm at 11 days. Like I said, it has a lifespan of 20 days. So I probably won't start feeling normal until the 20th day, which is another 9 days. But every day it feels better. Every day I get through it. I don't watch the clock because the clock tends to move very slow. And I at night, like I said, I get anxious because I know I'm not gonna be able to sleep, and I'll be like thrashing around. The bathtub. I was taking bubble baths, but then it became overwhelming to be like submerged in water. So I didn't like that. But yeah, I'm getting my senses back. Got a lot of stuff on my mind. Got a lot of stuff that I got in the works for certain people. Good things, not bad things. I'm just like, I'm super proud of myself. That's all I can say is like, I'm super proud of myself. She said, I knew you could do it. Never gave up on you, and I won't give up on you. I know that's right, Gloria. You are a strong young woman. Yes, ma'am. It took me about 2 months to actually feel 100% myself. I know people were saying that this guy said that he didn't feel normal. He did not feel normal for a year. And what I mean by normal is they say after the acute withdrawal, which is like diarrhea, throwing up, chills, which I still have sometimes, the anxious feeling, all that stuff depends on what the last dose you took. So if I took 8 milligrams on my last dose, it's 5 days per gram, I think. No, per quarter. So technically 20 days. I wouldn't feel better until about 20 days as far as acute withdrawal. And then after that, you have to deal with suicidal thoughts, anxiety, depression, which I feel like I'll do okay with, because I'm really like, once I get over this, I'm really standing tall on, don't prescribe me nothing that's narcotic 1, 2, class 3, whatever the hell, however they classify it. I really think I'm going to take a herbal route or some Chinese medicine type route, because I'm just over the anxiety and depressions and antidepressants and all that shit. Because honestly, all of it, I mean, if you take it, I'm not saying that, stop taking it. I'm not saying that you're wrong for taking it, but I'm just saying it's not for me. I just rather not. But I think I'll do good with the anxiety and the depression, because I've had it all my life. Like, if it comes, then I'll have my therapy. I'll have my AA. I'll be fine. Like, I'll figure it out. But as far as the acute, I can be without the acute. You can get out of my life. Like, that's right now, that's what's like tearing me up the most, like the acute withdrawal. Naya, it's getting cold in here, y'all. I know they're like, why do you calling? It's cold. But yeah. So yeah, so far, we got some stuff planned for Sanaya's birthday. So we're going to Rehoboth Beach. What the hell was that? Oh, Oreo. Can you turn the air conditioner off? I'm freezing. It's raining, Mom. It's about to rain. It's rainy today.
Mommy, I know where the dog. Oh,
you want to come say hi? Mm-hmm. Come say hi. Hi. She getting her hair done today, y'all. My mom did her hair. Huh? That's gonna hurt. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Anytime you do it, it's gonna hurt. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Say hi. Hi. Say hi, everybody.
Hi. Welcome me, Dummy. Welcome to my video.
Welcome to Mommy's video. He can't call
you Dummy.
Huh?
I'm talking about Slappy. I'm talking about Slappy.
You talking about Slappy?
Mommy, yes, Slappy, sure. Mommy,
look, I stopped taking the meds.
I don't see no raining.
You educated me a lot on this, because
Mommy, I don't see no rain.
It's rainy. It keeps raining on and off. Other people say they popped a perk. I never knew you could get addicted like that. Wait, close the door for me, Mama. Let me read that over. Okay, you said I stopped taking the meds. I do CBD. CBD is okay. If anything helped the most, it would have been the CBD. I don't like it because I'm just not a weed smoker, and that type of high just makes me feel icky, and but it helped. It did help a lot. You educated me a lot on this, because when you hear other people say they popped a perk, I never knew you can get addicted like that. Girl, go watch the Meek Mill's documentary on Netflix. Like, he talked about it too. He was on it as well. He got addicted to Percocet, had to get C treatment. I don't know if he on Suboxone or not, but he had to see treatment. He was on it real bad. It don't take much. If you have an addictive nature, see, with me, I feel like I have an addictive nature to everything. Like, if I have a goal, I get addicted to it. If I love something, I love it to hell. Like, even with love, like, I think I'm addicted to love. I'm addicted to the person that I love. Like, I'm addicted to my kids. Like, if you have an addictive nature, because some people can take a drug and never look back at it again. Some people can take a drug at a party and then the next day don't ever think about the damn drug again. It's people out there like that, like, who chemically they're just not set up that way. But then there's people like me who have other stuff that they're battling, and anything is a band-aid, and we try to look for a band-aid in everybody or anything, and it just tumbles out of control. So for me, like, there's certain things I know that I would never get addicted to, like drinking. There are reasons being from my childhood why I would never get addicted to being I would never be an alcoholic. Heroin, coke, like, it's lines that I won't cross, you know what I mean, because I know where it can lead. But Percocet, they give that at the dentist office when you have your tooth removed. A lot of people get addicted that way. They go to the dentist or have a surgery and they give them a Percocet, prescription, and they just never get off of it. Sadly, a lot of other people, get in car accidents and stuff and hurt themselves and have to be on it, you know what I mean? So have to be on Percocet and they just don't get off, and they have to see treatment that way. Or like me, who just was in pain and didn't, doctors didn't know what was wrong with me, and I popped one and it made me feel better and I could be a mom and I was working, and then it just tumbled out of control. And it's like any other drug. You take 10 milligrams and soon is not enough. It don't do nothing. So you need 15 and you go up to 15. It's just, don't touch it. Take my word. If you are thinking about it, don't do it. Don't touch it. Don't do it. Don't do it. All your babies are so beautiful. Thank you. Hey, they are growing. Yeah, they're growing. Hey, y'all, darlings. Okay, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, I don't be high. I have it gummies. It doesn't the real drug in it. Oh, okay. They don't get me high either. Like, it just make you like calm. For the most part. I got a headache right now. I don't know what the hell is going on. Aaliyah! And I don't have no energy. I'm like, energy, y'all? Please. Go get my pocketbook over there. Energy is like, raising my arm is like a lot. Like, I went to the store just now because the kids didn't have anything to drink or snacks or stuff like that, or milk, and I went to get that kind of stuff. And tell Naya to bring me a water or juice. Some water or juice. Tell Naya to bring me some water. No, or Mooka, give me some water. Or one of them. Give me one of them. Oh God, I'm about to take Excedrin because my head is wild. But I'm not gonna keep y'all on here for too long. I've been on here for 30 minutes. I just wanted to give y'all an update. It's so cold. It's okay. I just want to give y'all a little update. Is there any questions y'all have or anything y'all want to say? Even me drinking is like too much. Sorry, it's too much. It's very dreary today. I wish the light in here was better. But yeah, that's about it. I don't have really much else to say. Trying to think if I'm forgetting something. Hey. Trying to think if I'm forgetting something. As I did tell y'all that like at first I was receiving like hate messages and emails from people, and I just blocked them people. Like, you're so weird. Like, you're mad because I'm able to be in my truth and you're not. Like, I don't even know who the fuck it was, but I don't care. But I lost so much weight, y'all, and it's not good loss. I hate when I lose weight when I'm stressed or depressed because it don't feel good, like, versus exercising and lose weight. I feel like I always lose weight faster when I'm stressed. Like, it makes no sense. It's so weird. Your hair still looks good. I hate it. I hate it. I feel like she burnt it out at the end. Like, she did too much heat to it. Like, bitch, you see that it's blonde. Why would you put all that heat on the end of my hair? But I'm so glad because she was like, do you want your ends clipped? And I was like, nope. You want me clipping mine? Just remember you aren't alone. I know that, y'all. I mean, I can tell by the messages I get, the calls I get. Tyra actually called me the day I went live, and we had a very long conversation. Y'all always, if it's not one person, it's the next. Y'all always, it's always somebody reaching out and just supporting me. So I don't really care. I mean, the negativity don't bother me as much as it did. A lot of stuff don't bother me as much as it did. Like, and it's so crazy. Like, it just felt like I was tense all the time. Like, it's looking back, like I said in the beginning of the live, looking back at that girl, like, I just want to stop her. Like, I could see me stopping her and like, yo, like, we need help. Like, just sad. Like, I was sad and I was like, I was spiraling and nobody was there to be like, I got you. Like, I mean, it was, but I'm talking about me. Like, it wasn't nothing in me to like do anything about it. It was just like, let's spiral. Like, and I was just going, just felt like I was going, like, and then it just felt like everything was black. It was like black around me and I was just like zoned out. I didn't want to be around my kids. I didn't want to be around Ham. I didn't want to be around family. Like, the past couple days, like, I've been with my family, like, loving it, like, feeling like, oh my God, I'm around my family. Like, my mom, I haven't like been emotional with my mom since I started these things. Like, and yet yesterday I was walking away from her and she was like, you don't love me. And you know, my feelings, my real feelings, you know, the real Kimmy. Like, so I'm like, I turned around, I'm like, why you say that? Like, and I walked up to her because my mom is my heart, like, dead ass. Like, she drives me nuts, but I would kill for my mom. Like, I would kill somebody. But please don't start, sir. Relax. I would kill for my mom. Like, but when she said that, I turned around because I really feel like she felt that way. Like, the way she said it, and I would get why she would feel that way because I'm sure that there are other people like Ham or, you know, my grandmom that feel like I don't love them, and it's like, I don't blame them. Like, I've been treating y'all like shit for years, like, or acting shitty for years. So when she said it, I turned around and it didn't feel weird. It didn't feel awkward. It didn't feel abnormal. Like, I walked up to her and I grabbed her face. I was like kissing her face. Like, I'm like, Mom, I love the hell out of you. Like, I'm like holding her face and telling her all this like sweet stuff. I don't even remember what I was saying, but I think it shocked her too. Like, and I'm like, Mom, like, I love you so much. Like, even when I came into the house, like, I don't know, like, I was just so, even her boyfriend, like, I never really show him nothing. Like, I don't know, like, I was just so happy, like, to be around him. And I was like, real Joe, like, which was cool, like, because what y'all don't know is that's how I used to be. The Kimmy that I used to be that I'm getting back to is coming slowly, but it's coming. I'm goofy. I like dancing. Like, dancing, I love dancing. Like, I dance in the car all day long. Like, I dance with the kids. Like, I love dancing. I love singing. Like, I love music. I had stopped listening to music, you guys. Like, I listen to music all day now. Like, and music, I was brought up on music. Like, music is a big part of me. Period. A part of me, a part of my kids, a part of my relationships. Like, I use music to express how I feel to people a lot. And for a long time I just didn't find interest in it. Like people would show me new songs and I'm just like, like, and that was big. Music was so big. Everybody who knows me know that. Like, music was so big in my life. And that's all I've been doing, like, listening to music and feeling because I want to feel. Like, I'll sit in the car and just be like, all right, I want to feel for a minute. And I'll turn on a song and, like, feel all these emotions. But I want to feel them, like, because I've been a robot. Let me explain something to y'all. And a lot of you might judge me for this because I was ashamed to say it when I realized what was going on. When my brother passed away, June 12th, when I got the call, so a lot of people don't know. I never did a story time or nothing like that, but I had just talked to my brother. I was on live with him on Instagram, and literally, all of us were. My brother David, he was in the comments. My sister was in the comments. All of us was on the live, and I felt like God did that because he wanted me to, say he wanted us to say our goodbyes. Sorry if it's dark in here. My lamp on. I feel like he wanted us to say our goodbyes. And 20 minutes later, I'm laying in the bed, I'm watching a scary movie, and I get a phone call from my sister, my little sister. And she like, Kimmy. I'm like, yeah. She like, Kimmy. So mind you, I'm panicking because I hear the background is like hectic, like, but I can't, she's not saying what's wrong. She's not telling me what the hell is going on. That lighting is not cute. So I'm screaming at her, like, what is going on? Like, what is going on? So she like, why his wife called me and say that Boosie got shot. Now, mind you, my brother has been shot before. My brother, unfortunately, had a very hard life, not due to him. A lot of stuff has happened in our past that I can't really talk about on here yet, that I need to like establish with my therapist before I'm able to be open about that. But you guys know that I'm not shy of being open, but I'm just not ready to talk about that part of my life outwardly yet. But I mean, we came from the same household, you know what I mean? So he had it worse than me, basically. He never had a chance. Basically, like, nobody ever gave him a chance. It was like, even if he was to change his persona, he was always looked at as Bash. And I'm gonna say Bash because I separate the two. Bash is like the street version of him, and Boosie is my brother. You know what I mean? And I probably can talk about this without crying because I've actually grieved him, and it's 2 years later. So anyway, she's like, he got shot. So I'm like, what? And then the phone hangs up, and then my phone starts going off. Cousins, sisters, everybody is like, it's Instagram going crazy, Facebook. I'm getting all types of notifications. Answer the phone, like all this shit. I don't know what's going on because every time I answer the phone, somebody's panicking and somebody's screaming. So I can't figure out what's going on. Mind you, I'm panicking and screaming because I know. I'm going to tell you what I know. Father's Day, right before he got killed, he was at my dad's house, and I had a conversation with him, and he told me he was living in Kensington. So if you guys don't know nothing about Philly, Kensington is bad, okay? It's gang related. The drugs out there are crazy. People are overdosing on the street. It looks like zombie land, okay? There's nothing good out there. And the people who are out there that are good, unfortunately, that's their circumstance. But it's like crazy down there. You don't want to live there. That's the last place you want to live. And I realized that when I was first moved out my mom's house when I was 17, and I was looking for houses, I ended up on Margaret and Orthodox, which is close to Frankfurt. It's kind of in Kensington. And I realized that I didn't want my family down there. Like, it was crazy. I ended up moving like 2 months after, because the rent was hella cheap, of course, because it's poverty. So anyway, I had a conversation with him, and he told me that he was living down there. And I already kind of knew what my brother got into. My brother was a gat. And if you don't know what a gat is in Philly, that's considered like a thug. He wasn't scared of shit, like nothing. Like, my brother, nothing. He was actually like, he was never chilling, like, at all. Like, he was always on go. But he was a sweetheart, y'all. Like, as any family member would say, you don't know. I didn't know that part. I mean, I knew that part of him because I used to run with him, y'all. Like, when I was younger, me and my brothers was like this. Even my older brother David, like, we was all like close once we got older, like teenager. Samara was the younger one, so she was usually with my dad or my cousin at the time. But it was like a clique of us. Like, I had my cousin Lily, like her husband. It was like we were all, as we got older, we got close. Like, because my aunt lived on one block and my dad lived on the other block, so we always seen each other. We kind of like brother and sisters. Like, my aunt Lisa's kids and my dad kids and my uncle Steve kids, like, we all like real tight and close. And that's my grandmom's last 3 children. So we grew up together. Like, even me not being in the household 24/7, when I moved to Philly, that changed. Like, I was always around them. I wanted to be around them, you know what I mean? So when I tell you, like, fighting, all that, like, I was out there. Like, I wasn't scared of shit. I was the quiet one though. Like, you would never assume that I would fight, but I would I would trash you. Like, and it's all my family like that. All of my family fight. They all know how to fight. All of them on my dad's side. Like, I don't know one person. Well, at least I'm gonna speak for the last 3 kids of Ruby, which is my grandma. The last 3 kids, their kids, yeah, they all get like. But anyway, I got the phone call, bunch of screaming. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Um, and I remember like falling down the steps, like, because I was so frustrated. Everybody I would call was either the phone was busy or I was hearing screaming. So finally, I called Ham first, and then I called my mom. And I'm like, Mom, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know what's going on. So she like, I'm like, I'm about to leave. I'm about to leave. Like, because I didn't know where to go. Like, I didn't know what hospital he was at. I didn't know nothing. Like, but if I felt like if I got out the house, I would find everybody. I don't know why I felt like that. But my mom was like, you can't drive like that. I was hysterical. But wait, I wasn't really hysterical. My feelings weren't mine, y'all. Like, it felt like I was acting. That's exactly what it felt. I'm being totally keep it a bean. Like, it was like, something's going on, act this way. And I told my sister this. I felt guilty. I'm telling you, like, I grieved. I felt guilty about this and everything. I'm keeping it all the way a being, like, and that's all y'all gonna get from now on, because that's what I do. Okay. But I mean, feelings were there, don't get me wrong. Like, something was going on with my brother, but they weren't mine. I can't explain it. You would never know unless you were on Suboxone. Like, feelings were there, but it's more like, why don't I feel like deeper? So I'm thinking it's shock at first. Like, so Ham gets here, my grandpa gets here, he takes the kids, me and Ham doing 80 to the hospital. We found out where the hospital, back up. Before Ham and them get here, his wife calls me right before Ham and them get here, and she's like, they killed my husband. And nothing. I didn't cry. I'm like, no, they didn't. Like, I was so calm. I was like, no, they didn't. She was like, they killed Boosie. Like, so Ham gets here. We doing 80 on the expressway to the hospital. He was in North Philly at Temple. When we pull up, I see all my family. I really don't. It was like blurry. Like, I see people, but I don't know who they are. And he pulls up to like the emergency entrance. So I get out and I take off. Like, look at this, y'all. You see that tree? I get out and I take off. When I take off, my brother, I think my older brother, grabbed me like by my neck and like sat me down and was like, he going. Like, he going. Now, mind you, before I got to the hospital, my sister, my brother, my stepmother, my dad, I think that's, and his wife, they were all able to, they had to identify my brother. I didn't make it to the hospital in time. So when they went to the hospital, they got there before me. My sister was actually calling me while I was on the expressway, like, you need to get here. They about to like let us see him, make sure it's him. Now, mind you, we calling his phone, like, cause I'm like, it's not him. Like, they got the wrong person, and I'm, everybody calling his phone, keep going to voicemail. And he was so handsome, y'all. Let me show y'all my brother. Look at my baby. Look at his handsome self, like, y'all, like. But anyway, we get to, okay, so they were there before me, and this is stuff that I didn't know until afterwards. And I feel like some people might feel some type about me talking about this, but that's my brother. I was raised with him. We were together in the same household. We were hungry together. We got in trouble together. So I dare somebody say something about me speaking on my brother. Anyway, so they were able to, from what my sister told me, was that she felt the same way. She felt like she was in shock. I feel like everybody was in shock because like the people closer to him didn't really cry. Like my dad, I didn't see my dad shed a tear. his mom, and you can't take, it's shock. Like, what? Like, he was just here, and for me it was like, no, like, I just talked to him, like, I just seen his face, like, he was talking, he had life in him. Like, so my brother was throwing up, my older brother was throwing up in a trash can, me and my sister on the ground. I think Han was on next to me, my dad was patting my back, because he was gone. Like, so up until the funeral, it was kind of like blurry. I know that, like, how funerals get, family starts to argue, it gets weird. It was just messy. Okay, so I stepped back, I didn't want anything to do with anything. And honestly, I had my brother was Muslim, and I had a problem with him being buried like a Christian. So once that was established that he was being buried like a Christian, I stepped back. I didn't want nothing to do with anything, because it's a sticky situation. I feel like, so one thing I'm not going to do no more, that I'm not on these boxings, is I'm not about to shut my mouth no more. You're going to hear everything from me, okay? And if you have a problem, you can address me. Like, that's that. But I had a problem with him being buried like a Christian, because I feel like you should respect the person, whatever life path they was on. You should respect it. You know what I mean? Like, even if I was a freaking Methodist, like, or Presbyterian, like, if my brother was Muslim, I feel like he should be buried as such. But he wasn't, and I had no control over it, you guys. I had no control. Like, he had a wife and he had a mom, and that's how it go. Like, the state of Pennsylvania, I don't know how about everybody else, but the state of Pennsylvania, if you are legally married, then that's the person who makes the decision. So I did say something about it, but it didn't go anywhere. A lot of people felt that way, but didn't say nothing about it. I'm saying something about it. But anyway, I had a problem with it, but the whole time it was like a blur. I was like numb, like, it just didn't. I know I cried a couple times, very hard, and that's probably like a little bit of feeling, but for the most part it just was like numb, like I couldn't feel. And I think that's why I cried, because I'm like, why I don't feel like, I just felt like he wasn't gone. Like, it felt like I was crying for no reason. Like, and maybe that was the Suboxone, maybe, I don't know. I feel like it was. And then he was buried, and the day he was buried, I think that was the only day that I really felt, because you physically see him going into the ground. Like, but I'm gonna tell y'all why I didn't grieve. I didn't grieve because when my brother was killed, everybody's, and people might disagree with this, but everybody seen him. Everybody was able to see that he was gone. Like, he's gone, he's physically gone. And a lot of people, my mom even disagrees with what I'm about to say. A lot of people disagrees with what I'm about to say, but like, certain people, like our close family, was able to see him, say goodbye, touch him, like, know that he's gone. And I used to say, like, maybe it was God, maybe I wasn't supposed to see him because I got there too late at the hospital. And then when my sister-in-law and my sister went to the what's it called, the funeral home, something happened, I wasn't able to go. Like, every time it was a chance for me to see him, I wasn't able to. So you got to think, I'm going from talking to you on FaceTime to you in a closed coffin at that. I didn't even get to see him at the funeral. So I think my mind and the Suboxones and everything that's going on processed it like I was walking around as if he didn't die. Like, it's weird. And then when I started to come off a withdrawal, I don't know why, but my brother was like heavy on my heart, like heavy. Like, I started to grieve. I told my dad, like, yo, like, I'm grieving, like, the worst feeling ever. Like, it just felt really bad, like really, really bad. Good, because I was feeling something, but I never want to feel that again, like, ever. Like, I think I have accepted the fact that he's gone, but still physically not seeing him, it bothers me. And I told my mom, like, I wish I could see him, and she's like, I don't think that's a good idea. But I wish I could have. Like, my brother was shot 27 times, so I think that's why people, like, I think it was 27 or 26. Yeah, that's just that. But I think I got some strong angels around me. You know what I'm saying? Like that nigga big. Like you know what I'm saying. And then it was like a point, y'all. Like it was a point. Swear to God. I don't know what I was thinking. You know how like somebody died, you just like picture them an angel with wings, and they just this good person. So I'm sitting there, right, and I'm going through the withdrawal, and I'm like, my brother got me. Like my brother got me. He gonna make this stop. He gonna make this go away. And then I realized who my brother was. Like, and I'm like, he was an asshole. Like, I could see him being like, oh no, you gonna feel this shit. You gonna feel this shit. Like, I had my sister cracking up. She was like, well, I was like, she was like, you definitely right. I'm like, I don't know why I picture him as being all like, I don't know. Like, I picture him as like a savior or something. And then like, I'm like, that's not my brother. Like, my brother not like that. He probably be like, girl, you got yourself in this, you gonna get it out. Cause that's what type of, I don't want to say nigga, but that's the type of man he was. Like, wasn't no bitch in my brother. Do you hear me? Like nothing. Like he was taking everything that came to him, how it was. He wasn't scared of shit. Like when I tell you, listen, y'all, I can tell y'all some shit about my brother. Like he was by your side, congratulating you. I definitely feel like he was around. I definitely feel like I didn't want to say that because I feel like I was like crossing a barrier, but I definitely feel like my brother has been around me. I think that's why he was so heavy. I think he knew that I didn't grieve right or that I didn't feel right. Like I feel like him and my grandma would sit down because it's no way. It's no, even thinking back, like right now, like 11 days, like there's no fucking way. Like there's no way that you did that. Like I still think that about myself. Like, bro, like you made it to the 11th day. Like, do you know? Like you can't tell me nothing. Like you can't tell me nothing. You can't water down shit. Like nothing. Like nothing. Nothing. It's my brother. I'm gonna decline the call. Hopefully you're not watching the live, but yeah, y'all. Um, it was just a whole mess. And then like the funeral was just like they was at this church and this pastor, y'all, this pastor. First of all, she was getting his name wrong. She kept getting his name wrong. Like, what's going on? Hello? Hey, I'm gonna call you right back, Ivan. I'm on the live. Later. She kept getting his name wrong. Like I forgot what she kept calling him. And then she got the date wrong that he died. Like, sis, come on, we on the third day. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. And then she was like, at the end of it, you know how like I don't know if you ever been to like a Christian funeral, but at the end they try to like recruit you. And I seen it coming. And you talking about a church almost full, like almost everybody is Muslim. Swear to God, like my cousins are Muslim. Like the girls' dad's family was there. Like their dad was there and their dad's mom. Like garbed up to a T. Like it was mostly Islamic people in there. And I feel like she fed off of that. Like she just went crazy. Like I feel like she wanted to force all the Muslims out the church. And she just started tripping. Like the last 20 minutes, she started screaming and Jesus this and God that. And it was like really aggressive and like to the point where she pissed like the person who did the funeral, like his wife, she pissed her off. She left the church. Like it was bad. Like she was horrible. Like, oh my God, it was so bad. Even my dad, and this is the church that my dad wanted to have the funeral at. And he was even like, yo, she did way too much. She just tripped out. Like, and I'm like looking at the coffin. She's over the coffin. I'm like, yo, like I could just see my brother like punching the damn coffin. Like this shit is crazy. Like, yo. And all of this stuff, and that's another thing. Like I didn't remember none of this stuff. Like this, it's like somebody taking something off your mind, like slowly, like just click, 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 and then you start remembering shit. You start feeling stuff. Like it's weird. Suboxone should be administered, y'all, like very closely. And what I didn't know, what you should know, pharmacists are the ones that know about the medications. Because I always felt like the doctors that I was going to go see were shady. Like I don't know. It just seemed like they were like not real doctors. Like, you know, when you think of doctor, you think of like somebody that's clean cut in the hospital. Like these people, it was like talking, because you know, after a while when COVID hit, I would be talking to a tablet. So the doctor would be at home. So I know, you know, they at home and they probably like chilling. But before that, these doctors didn't seem like, it seemed like, I don't know how to explain it. You ever seen like a cop at a desk? Like, yeah, you a cop, but you at the desk. Like, that's the type of vibe I got from the doctors. Like, and they never knew much. Like, when I would ask questions, like I said, the ingredients are only 2 things. And what gives you the withdrawal is naloxone, I think it's called. The buprenorphine, whatever that word is, that actually is easier to get off than a naloxone. And usually people switch over to just the B word. I don't know how to pronounce it. But I just quit cold turkey, and I deal with what comes to me. Like, but anyway, yeah, the doctors always seem real shady. And what I didn't know was they don't tell. I don't know if the government or whoever is behind all of this. I'm gonna figure it out though. They don't tell the doctors what's in medication. Like, doctors don't. I don't know if you ever been to like MA and stuff like that. Usually only the medical assistants and like the nurses and stuff like that. We take, because I was a medical assistant, we take classes on pharmaceuticals. The doctors don't take, they take like 1 or 2 courses. Their big thing is not pharmaceuticals. Usually the nurses and the MAs deal with giving you IVs, medication, things of that nature. So when doctors prescribe you things like this, they don't know much about the medications. They're not pharmacists. Like, which is crazy, which I feel like they should be educated on everything they're giving, especially if you're giving it out like lollipops. Like, that's crazy to me. My first script was 56 strips, okay? So to be able to go into a clinic, and it's crazy how they got it set up. It's not like any other care, like when you go to a therapist and you have to have a certain type of insurance, or you could pay hella money. Like, it's cheap, you guys, which I didn't know. You can walk into a clinic for Suboxone, and if you do not have insurance, they have actual like things in place, like programs that help pay half the price, and it's like low, like a $20 payment or a $40 payment here or there, depending upon your circumstance and your what's the word? How much money you generate in a month. Your salary. That's what I was about to say. Your salary, like. And they just give it to you if you have money. And a lot of the like, I don't know if y'all ever like had to pick up a prescription for somebody, but prescriptions are high. Like, Sanaya's prescription for her albuterol was $360, like, versus a Suboxone subscription that's like $20 or $40 or $60. Like, that's still hella low. Like, it's just so many loopholes, y'all. So many loopholes that I'm going to learn about. I'm not woke enough, if you know what I mean. Like, I feel like I can do more with what I've done. I feel like I got a voice. I feel like I'm out to wreck shit. I feel a whole bunch of things, like, when it comes to this, because drugs broke up, like, drugs hurt my household, and that's usually what it does for Black families. Not nothing against the white family, because it can creep into their households as well. But for the most part, the majority of Black households are disrupted by their mother or father being on some type of drug or alcohol or whatever the case may be. And that's the problem. It's like the new age crack pandemic. Like, it's weird, y'all. Like, this shit is weird. Like, I'm telling y'all, go watch Meek Mill's documentary, like, on that. I think it's Netflix, might be Prime, I don't know, but it's weird. It's so weird, and it helps. It does help. I don't want to say Suboxone doesn't help. It does help. It does get you off of whatever you are on. Yes, because I got a little controversy on my last live. It does help you get clean off of whatever you're on. But you should not be on it for years. Like, it's not something that you should be taking. And not to mention, they have another drug. I wish I could go in my history. They have another drug. It starts with an I. Oh my God. Y'all, I've been doing so much research because I'm able to freaking focus. Let me see if I can find it. They got another drug called Ibogaine. And it is not legal yet in the US. You have to go to Mexico to actually get it. So a lot of like people with money, when they're going through withdrawal and stuff, they go to Mexico to get treated, because this drug is it actually stops the withdrawal, right? So I watched this I watched this little interview with this lady who discovered it. She actually opened up a science lab somewhere off the coast of Canada. It was like on an island or something, a private lab, and she tested like 30 people, and 98% of the people that she gave ibogaine to had no withdrawal symptoms off of opioids, not Suboxone. So an opioid withdrawal is similar to Suboxone, but the opioid withdrawal is I want to say like less days than Suboxone, because like I said, Suboxone has a halftime life of 20 days. So she actually discovered ibogaine, and she treated 30 people, and 98% of them had no withdrawal symptoms and are clean to this day. I don't know, I forgot what the reason was why it was not passed. Like, no, she said it was approved by the FDA, but it never made it through. Like, it's just, she said her freaking lab got closed down, and they just stopped it. Like, not even knowing. I didn't know this either. Suboxone has been in the works since the 90s. Like, they didn't release it till recently, when they had like the drug pandemics, when people were dropping dead in the streets. But it's been in the works since the 90s. Okay, this woman discovered this in the 90s, and they stopped her what's the word, this is the only thing that I hate, the fuzziness, I get a little bit of it. They stopped the project. They stopped the project. But it worked 98% for 98% of the people. Why would they stop something like that? Like, that's so, like, I'm telling y'all gotta be careful. Y'all gotta be careful. And the drug is not like, it's not a hallucinant. It doesn't have opium. And everything that they give you to get off of opiate drugs or Suboxone or anything like that has some type of opium. The freaking kratom, y'all, the kratom I told y'all I got, it's still in the pack. I wish I could show y'all. It's upstairs. I had watched a video where somebody was like, you know, kratom can help for withdrawal symptoms. So I'm desperate at this point. So I'm like, it's herbal, whatever. It's the same day I got the CBD. So I get the CBD and the kratom, and when I open it, I'm like, oh, this is a pill. Like, automatically it scares me. So I do my research on it. Come to find out, it's from the opioid or opium plant. It has opium in it, so that's why it helps. Yeah. Can you get him? He stink. He keep farting. That's not funny. Milk. Ew. Get out, Oreo. Go, stinky. But it has opium. Everything that they give you to get off a withdrawal has opium in it, or some type of poppy seed, or it's a whirlwind. It's a freaking hamster wheel, and that's why I got off of the hamster wheel. Okay, like, I jumped from 16 milligrams. I haven't seen anybody do that shit yet. And I'm proud of myself. I'm very freaking proud of myself. Like, it has boosted my confidence. It has boosted my my insecurities. Not boost my insecurities, but it has lowered my insecurities. Yeah, it's just the way they got this shit. I can't wait. Like, I just can't wait till I'm able to focus better, to learn more, so that I can bring more awareness. Because I'm not going to stop here. Like, yes, I come live and I talk to y'all personally, but I plan on going into detail. I plan on making videos. I plan on bringing awareness to drugs and Black families and Black homes, how they disrupt our lives and tear us apart and tear our relationships apart, and send us to jail and send our men to jail. Like, it's just a whole cycle. Like, nothing against the white people, but I'm talking about my Black people right now. It is like a cycle, you guys, over and over again. But yeah, I'm gonna go, because I feel like I've been talking a lot. I'm sorry. I'm just like super excited to like talk to y'all. It was so much that I had to say, and I probably forgot something, but it's fine. I'll do another live soon. Hopefully I feel better as far as being anxious. I'm not anxious right now. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm talking, but it usually kicks in at night. So we'll see. But I love you guys. Everybody. Gina. I think I'm saying it right. Jenna, Quita, Pamela. Who else in here? Gloria. Renee, if you're still in here.
It's expired.
Oh, cute. Yeah, I love y'all. Love you, Cherish. Cherish like my best friend, y'all. Well, y'all all my best friends, but Cherish, Antoinette, Gloria, Pam, the same people I see in my life. I see y'all all the time. Y'all always like showing out. The only one I don't see right now is Lala. I love you, Renee. Yeah, Renee, my baby too. I love y'all. I'ma go. I was gonna take the kids to the park, but it's raining. Love you, Quita. And when I say I love y'all, like let's be clear. Even on when I was on the Suboxone, like when I say when I said I love somebody, I did mean it. You know what I mean? So when I say I love y'all now, you can imagine how much in the dynamic. Like I really fucking love y'all. Like I'm not gassing it just because y'all watch me or y'all subscribe to the channel. Even if y'all wasn't subscribed, the fact that y'all support and the fact that y'all come to my lives, even the people who don't speak, who don't write in the comment section, because I'm like that. Sometimes I come to lives and I don't write nothing in the comment section. I know I used to take that as like haters or whatever the case may be, but I had to think, like, I go to lives all the time and don't say nothing, you know what I mean? So I can't like say hateful shit to y'all or be mean. Like, you just probably don't write in the comment sections. I love y'all too because y'all still come and listen to me talk. So I love you, Gloria. I love you, Pamela. Y'all have a great, I love you, Faith. I love y'all. All right, I'm gonna go. Y'all be great. All right, I'm gonna see y'all soon.